It's been just over 5 weeks since investigators say a Germanwings airline co-pilot steered that plane into the French Alps, killing all the people on board. The disaster has prompted calls for improved pilot screening, and now some German officials are pushing for the implementation of technology that would allow an aircraft to be flown and landed from the ground. CCTV's Hendrik Sybrandy examines that possibility from the U.S. state of Colorado.
At Metropolitan University of Denver, students learn how to fly people safely from point A to point B. A principle of flight that was broken when Germanwings Flight 9525 crashed into the French Alps.
Unfortunately, I think it shakes the trust of everyone in the industry.
Professor of aerospace science Kevin Kuhlman says trust in pilots is the foundation of the airline industry. One reason the crash was so disturbing.
So this is extraordinary. There's only been a few times in the history of aviation that the pilot has taken the plane into the ground and taken so many people with him.
The crash prompted the head of German air traffic control to call for a deeper look at systems which would allow people on the ground to take control of aircraft and potentially land them. Think again, says aviation management professor Jeff Price.
I think when you introduce that sort of technology, you introduce far more problems than you solve.
That sort of technology already exists today. Look up in the sky and you might see unmanned aerial vehicles or drones. Those aircraft are remotely piloted from the ground. But data streams between ground systems and aircraft can be interrupted. Iran once brought down a U.S. drone. Price says remote control of an airplane would present even bigger issues.
Now I've got to secure the ground facility. I got to make sure the air traffic controller doesn't also decide to take the plane into the ground and take the control from the pilot.
American 1355.
In fact, a ground controller gone rogue scenario is more likely than a pilot gone rogue, argues computer safety engineer Steve Beatty.
Most people in the aircraft have a rather vested interest in it landing safely. The folks on the ground don't.
The experts we consulted agree a 2 crew member in the cockpit requirement is better protection against an in-flight emergency than technology down on the ground.
I do see it's going to be a long time before a procedure like this would be instituted.
I truly think this is a bad idea.
Hendrik Sybrandy, CCTV, Denver.